Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And today I've just been thinking a little bit, and we have sorry, lost a part. A world that has gone crazy to a point. There's a few people who are waking up to stuff, and usually that means that there's a little bit of stress, questioning yourself at times. So what my plan is let's do a little exercise, and you can do this in the privacy of your own home. It's not like you have to go out and go adventuring for this. So it's something pretty simple. We need basic supplies, because what we're going to make is a self-love, healthy self-respect, however you choose to use that term, elixir. And it's pretty simple. We're going to start with just regular old purified or distilled water. You don't want to use tap water unless that's your other option. Unless you have a well, that'd be awesome, but you want something that's really clean, so there's nothing extra in it. I always use at least run it through a filter type of a thing. So you'll want some water with a jar with a lid. Definitely want the lid. And then the crystals that were assorted other items that for you mean self-respect and self-love and self-appreciation. Because what we're going to do with our little elixir is we're going to make a way for us to remind ourselves that we're important, that we matter, that we actually, in our own way, even when you're having your self-doubts or you're having a struggle, be it at work or at home, something like that, you still have to take care of yourself. So this is like a little reminder to take 5 minutes and just take care of yourself. If you've ever looked into anything by Emoto, who discovered the hidden power of water, and he wrote books about it, there's been multiple movies done about it. I'll link some stuff if you're interested in that in the comments below. But he found out, and I'm giving a very brief version of this, that if you take water that's distilled and place it in a bottle, I think he was using glass bottles, possibly plastic, I can't remember. I prefer glass. So, and you would write in, I think it was Chinese or Japanese symbols, chi of love. The water, once frozen after it's sat overnight in the moonlight, actually changed its crystal structure. There are people who claim, oh, it didn't happen like that. It's been replicated, so it does actually change the water. And when you think about it, if just a symbol on a bottle set in the moon's light changes the structure of the water, what does ingesting that water do? It helps change your structure. These meat suits that we live in, they are, depending on who you talk to, between 70 and 90% water or fluid of some form, which means we're giant, impressionable bags of water, basically. So by making an elixir of sorts, you can actually, metaphysically of course, change some of the energy within your system to a higher vibration. You can pick a vibration, and a simple one, at least to me, is working with the vibration of love and respect for yourself. And that's self-care, that's helping your self-worth, those days where you're just kind of feeling down, not fully depressed, but just like not quite right. You can have a sip or two or drink the whole thing. It's up to you. So what I want to show you is just a simple version of this. We'll charge it as we go, and then place it in the moonlight. The week that I'm recording this video, it is the waxing moon, so this is a great time. Under a full moon is perfect time, and just leave it out there all night in a windowsill if you can't put it out on a porch or something because of a cat or pets or neighbors or whatever. But put it where it can have moonlight most of the night. In the morning you can drink it right then. You can put it in the fridge for later. And it's just a simple reminder and a simple way to do little things to help boost you. Again, it's not going to be, it may not be a cure. It might help a lot more than you realize, but it's that reminder of I matter and I have things that I need to remind myself of. And it's simple things like I love me the way I am. I can improve, and that's great, but where I'm at right now, I still love this person, and that's what we're working with tonight. So make sure we got the background music going. We do. So we need, like I said, distilled or purified water in a jar. Like I said, you can use plastic, that's fine. I personally use glass for anything metaphysical. Glass helps hold the energy better and doesn't taint it. Plastic, depending on the type of plastic, can be unbeneficial. And then I'm going to be using a variety of materials when we start doing the charging of the water. I have selenite, rose quartz, Lemurian quartz, and then a few of my heart chakra stones that I use for heart sessions, because that's where we're working, is we're building that heart energy up so that it can work in a more powerful way for you. When you set your water under the moonlight, you can place, simply enough, just a piece of rose quartz on top of the jar and set it out in the moon and just leave it there overnight. There are certain stones you can put in water. I don't recommend doing that just because who knows what's on that stone that may have been cleaned with or whatever. So set them, water picks up vibrations. You can set it on top, you can set it beside, like on a table. As long as it's touching the glass, it will help charge that water as well. And that's what we're looking to do. And I also, just because I like to crochet, if you haven't checked out my website, I've got a lot of crocheted stuff on there. I'm going to, and I'll tell you as I go why I'm using these colors, but I'm going to tie bows of yarn around the top of the jar, just as another reminder as to what we're working with. I also recommend red Sharpie. Well, red pen, you can use that. I'm a Sharpie aholic. And then some little strips of paper, because we're going to, in our own way, replicate Dr. Emoto's work. But we're also going to add a little bit of energy work with it, and we're going to add some crystal therapy, maybe bring in an angel or two. We'll see how things go. So first and foremost, before we start the rest of it, sit and think on personally, I'm going to do two pieces of paper. You don't have to, that's what I'm choosing. And you'll need some tape to adhere it to the jar. So, think about what it is that you're wanting to charge this water with. What kind of love are you looking for? And this is for you. This is not anyone else. We're working within your bubble, your aura. So, and for me, I'm going to do something like this. I love me. Just as a reminder, when the world's crazy, you can still love yourself, even if you think, emphasis on that no one else does. They do. It's just maybe they're not vocalizing it or showing it in that moment because they might be going through something similar. So learning to love yourself helps other people radiate that and feel it as well. And then on my second piece of paper, I am just going to make some pretty, okay, so not pretty because I'm not an artist when it comes to drawing, but I'm going to put some little hearts on here. Just little ways to remind myself of what it means and how to feel loving. Keep these simple. You don't want to make complex. This is a very simple process, like simple hearts. Nothing too ornate, nothing too elaborate. And once you have those done, I have nowhere to put my Sharpie there. Once you have those done, you can tape them to the jar at this point, because from here on out, we're going to be running some energy. We're going to be working with some crystals. I feel like there is Archangel Gabriel's hanging out, so we're going to see if we can get her to come in. And my tape may not work because my jar's a little on the damp side because it's a little humid where I'm at the moment here in Idaho, which is a weird thing to say, by the way. Idaho is not known to be humid, but for some reason it is today. Of course it is. I'm trying to do something with tape on glass. It's going to be humid. But, and like I said, you can go ahead and bookmark this video if it's something you want to come back to. It's kind of fun. And the energy that I start to run here in a few minutes is universal. It doesn't matter when you watch it. The energy is still viable because spiritual energy in this like this doesn't have time or space barriers. So what we're going to do is right off the bat is connect in and just relax and allow the day to fall away. No more stress. Feeling that beautiful rose gold energy drawing down through you, relaxing and releasing any stress or tension. We're going to use selenite on you as well as me. And then we're going to use it just to clear out any negativity, any stress, any frustration, wiping it all away, clearing the space. And if you have this, if you don't, that's fine too. I have my own personal sage spray here, so we're gonna hopefully not get everything wetter. Just allow that to clear the space. A little bit of sage, a little bit of selenite, feeling that energy just flowing and grounding. Now, before we start with the charging of the water, take a deep breath, exhale, and any negativity flow out through gray breath away. Breathing in rose gold, healing light into your heart chakra, allowing rose quartz to flow through you and into you. Feeling that healing energy from the rose swirling into your heart, clearing the space, reminding you that you are loved and you are special. Now, once you have taped your symbols onto your water, if you have it with you, you can hold it up to the camera now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send sorry, beautiful healing, loving energy through the jar, focusing on love and compassion, and allowing that to visualize for you however that works. Feeling that energy of maybe taking a warm bath, sitting out underneath one of your trees in your yard, going for a walk with your puppers, letting your cat nestle up next to you. But what does it mean to really love yourself? How does that feel in this moment? Hold that intention. You can hold the jar to your heart and allow that energy to flow in from your heart chakras. Feel the energy from my heart to yours, reminding you you are loved, you are special. Bringing in Lemurian quartz. It's a very strong healing crystal. Allowing this energy from the quartz to flow into the water, enhancing and charging this loving elixir. Growing and expanding, you see that pink glowing light surrounding the jar in front of you. Your heart begins to open as you pour that self-healing and self-loving, respectful growth into your heart, into your loving elixir. bring in another form of rose quartz, working with your heart, spinning it open, filling that jar, that water, with this beautiful pink light, healing, loving, soothing, basking in that beautiful pink and green jasper, green agate. It's like an ocean agate, allowing it to flow into the water, into your heart. And watch in your mind's eye the water change from just being simple H2O to H2 love, where your love is infused within that watery abyss. But it's the abyss of creation. It's the abyss of love. Abyss is just a void. You're putting love into the void. You're charging your water with love and reminding yourself that you're special and you're loved as well. In your deep heart, you care for yourself. You take care of your body because you do love it. The outside world doesn't always help, but in the truth of life, the love of your heart and the love of you is what matters most of all. Love is the energy that powers creation. We'll bring this energy to a subtle, calming your aura, bringing it into a more peaceful, energetically balanced state. And the water that you have is now charged for a loving elixir to really give it a bump in energy. Place it out under the moonlight once the sun goes down and allow it to sit in an area where the moon can at least get to it. And the reason I say not sunlight, sunlight's more dominant in its energy. The moonlight is going to be more gentle in its loving energy, and that's what Emoto used with his work, was the moonlight. Now, as I said earlier, I have things scattered all over the place. Just as a way for me to remember more about what I'm supposed to be taking care of in self-care and taking care of myself and how to take care of myself, I'm going to use red. Red is for passion, creativity. So in what ways can I be more creative with my self-care? And how can that self-care form into a passion where I want to take care of myself? Because if I'm taking care of me, then I can share that with other people. And how does that show up for me personally? And you can ask yourself that question. How does self-care show up where it influences those around you, not just you? Because we're all connected in an energetic sense. So if we can start to heal ourselves, we can start to heal the world around us. No one lives in a true vacuum. They like to tell you that they do, but that's not the truth. Now I'm going to be using pink. I'm not sure if that shows up very well. No. Pink yarn as well, as a reminder to be gentle. We all make mistakes. Things may not go our way, but that doesn't mean that we have to be frustrated with ourselves. We can use those experiences as learning experiences. So those times when you're frustrated and you want to, dork stamp yourself, why did I do that? Instead of saying, why did I do that? Ask yourself, what can I learn from that? So for me, what can I learn? What pattern is repeating that I can release? What pattern is repeating that doesn't serve me anymore, is not helping me be respectful to myself, to my boundaries, to my time? What is not helping me be respectful of my own awareness, my thought patterns? These are all little things that we don't even think about, but they all influence how we go through our days. Green for growth. How can I use taking care of my needs, and grow that so that it spreads to others? How can my physical loving growth, my heart chakra's expansion, grow to influence other people and benefit them, as well as take care of me? And if it doesn't benefit them outwardly, the energy flowing out from me will still at least give them a reminder of what they can be working with as well. And the last one, I'm only doing 4. Before I drop these scissors, just one second. I'm going to use, I'm not sure if you can see that very well, it's a purple. And the reason I'm using purple with this particular combination is to love and respect and take care of yourself. It's not just a physical or mental thing, there's a spiritual component. Purple for me symbolizes a connection to the divine. It's that awakening of your higher abilities and your higher awarenesses. So by adding the colors to my jar, I have added different energies to help influence and support what my goals are by placing this in the moonlight. And when I go to place it in the moonlight, the night that I'm doing this, I will be placing my little rose quartz on top and this particular little Lemurian quartz because he's super friendly. Just like that, I'll leave it in the moonlight overnight. And tomorrow morning, whenever you watch this, then this is a fully charged how to love yourself, respect yourself, and respect your boundaries as well, because that is a loving action. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And that's a simple way to make a very powerful love and self-respect, and it's a reminder. Take care of yourself. We have one body. We're here from a spiritual world and a physical, having an experience. Have a good one. Enjoy it. And that's why we're here for. So go ahead and let me know if you try this, what your thoughts are about it, any experiences, and we will go from there. And we will, if you enjoyed this, we can go into other versions later on. But for now, we'll just leave it here. Have a great rest of your day, week, evening, and hit the like button, subscribe. Like I said, drop some comments and let me know what you think, and I will talk to you later.